your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I wanted to dive into some Samson today. The last couple of things that he dropped, I personally agreed with, and I like the fact that he's willing to have a discussion about these topics. The way that he writes his lyrics, it's like you're having a conversation with him, and I think that that's really dope. So I wanted to get into this one. It's called 46 equals 13. I don't know the purpose behind the title, but the fact that it starts off saying, chances are you feel the same way I do, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be about some stuff that we're going to end up discussing. So let's just dive in. Let's see what this man's talking about.
I love high gas prices. I love paying more for groceries, and I really love seeing taxes rise.
He dives right in. This man doesn't waste any time. I am curious though, where you live, what is the gas price right now? I'd say where I live right now, it's been kind of wavering around $3.85 to $3.99. I know some places it's way higher than that, and I'm just curious where it is where you guys are.
I love high gas prices. I love paying more for groceries, and I really love seeing taxes rise. It's so good knowing that I'm giving more but receiving less. It makes me feel humble, but I'm gonna stop with the sarcasm right there, because I swear we're living in a real jungle. It's what? Pretty simple to me though. It's way past being left or right. Just use your head and common sense and think about how you've been affected in daily life. Is it easier or is it harder? That's the most important question you should think of first, because life is a bitch already as it is, and you don't need someone that's gonna make it worse. Ask me? I think we're fucked. Don't give me that look. Everything sucks. Have you gone outside? Have you been to the store? Have you compared the prices to a year before?
I mean, listen, he's speaking facts, and I like the way that he approaches it. He's like, this is not about being left or right. This is about just the straight up facts of it. Like, is life easier or harder for you? That's really what it comes down to. Is it easier or harder for you? And then he's like, listen, if you ask me, I think we're, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try not to say it. It's different when it's in a song, they let you monetize. But if I just say it in normal conversation, they'll demonetize me for saying the F word. So I'm gonna try to avoid it. But I don't disagree with him. I think that we're in a place where something's gotta happen, or it's just gonna progressively get worse to the point where I don't know what the next step is. I don't know that we'll ever be able to come back from it. I mean, at this point, we may never be able to come back from it, but hopefully we can limit some of the bullshit.
Is it easier or is it harder? That's the most important question you should think of first, because life is a bitch already as it is, and you don't need someone that's gonna make it worse. Ask me? I think we're fucked. Don't give me that look. Everything sucks. Have you gone outside? Have you been to the store? Have you compared the prices to a year before? Do you drive a car? Have you pumped gas? Don't lie to me now, it sucks ass. You could brush it off like it's a fucking joke, but the media lies, numbers don't. Well, you can't blame Biden, it isn't him. Well, who the fuck is it then? What jacked up the prices? I wanna know why I spend so much up at Conoco. I don't know. I think it's insane that the leader of the country gets no blame, because the whole entire time, the last 4 years, it was cheap as fuck. I'm just saying, now watch. Down in the comment section, someone's gonna give us an economy lesson.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. Whether or not he's right, like the past 4 years, it was, he says it was cheap. But in reality, when I think back to when I was younger, it was still expensive. It might be cheaper than it was now, so I'm not disagreeing with him or anything, but I'm just saying it's wild that it's even at the point that it is. I remember being in high school, and this makes me seem like I'm super old, but I feel like it wasn't that long ago, where we would literally gather together change, and we'd just be like, all right, there's 4 of us. My friend's like, yeah, I can drive all around town and drop all of you guys off, because we came together with like $2.20. They gave him more than enough gas because it was over a gallon. And he's like, yeah, I could drop everybody off. Nowadays, it's like you get changed together and you're like, I might be able to go down the street and drop you off, but other than that, I can't really do much for you. It's madness how things have changed so much, so drastic. Like it's crazy to me. It's not been that long of a time.
Saying that the leader of the country gets no blame, because the whole entire time, the last 4 years, it was cheap as fuck. I'm just saying, now watch. Down in the comment section, someone's gonna give us an economy lesson. I can't wait to hear your expert analysis on fluctuation and how expenses balance. It's all a part of the process. What the hell you bitching for? It's fine. Oh yeah, I forgot about the 16 cents that I saved on hot dogs for 4th of July. What a fucking steal. Too bad I spent more on gas just to get to Target. So by the time I got done buying all this shit and filling up my car, I had way less than when I started. Now, I don't really call that saving. No, I call that losing money. It doesn't take a genius to do simple math, but apparently you can't, so who's the dummy? Probably still me. I'm just pissed off. This inflation's fucked up, but I gotta sit here and act like I love this administration with a thumbs up? Stupid. Everything is hell, but you act like I'm supposed to be in heaven. You know our country ain't doing too good when the Waffle Houses start to close at 11. Dude, he can barely talk, and don't act like I'm being overzealous. Every time the man speaks, I have no fucking clue what he's trying to tell us. Every speech is like a gag reel. Every time I see this shit, I'm like, is that real? Well, considering the fact that the only other option was Trump, I don't think it's such a bad deal. Fuck that, I want a strong leader. The strength of a man should be constantly tested, especially when you're in the most powerful position in the world. That should be not even a question. There's really not enough words that can describe the craziness we're facing, dude. But the crazier part is there's still people you need to sit down and really explain this to. Come on, man. Just watch a press conference. You'll see the Joe is all gone. He literally says out loud that he has a list of people he's supposed to call on. And even then he fucks that up. The whole thing is hella awkward. COVID-19 ain't his biggest enemy. It's the goddamn teleprompter. It feels like we don't even have a leader. It's like,
yo, this man throwing shots. He got some things to say. He's not a big fan of Joey, apparently. My man Sleepy Joe. That's probably one of the greatest nicknames I've ever heard. The fact that this was stuff that was it just, I don't know, it's just wild to me when you think about it. Like he said, you're going for the biggest, strongest position in the world because we're technically the strongest country in the world, and my man's nickname is Sleepy Joe. It's just funny, man. It's like we're back in high school. That kind of stuff is hilarious to me.
Hold on. And even then he fucks that up. The whole thing is hella awkward. COVID-19 ain't his biggest enemy. It's the goddamn teleprompter. It feels like we don't even have a leader. It's like we're all just following blindly. Each of my grandparents could run circles around him in a debate and they're almost 90. Look at him. Don't take it from me. Go listen to him. It's not a rumor.
You gotta, I mean,
Today, Junior! Jesus Christ, go on YouTube and click any video of Joe Biden and check out the like and the dislike ratios. That should prove to you that no one likes him.
Unfortunately, you can't do that anymore because they got rid of the ability to see the dislikes unless you get like an app that I guess shows it to you, but I don't know how accurate it is, or a plugin or extension on your browser to be able to see it. I think that to me, listen, there's a whole different topic than what he's talking about, but that shit bothers me that they got rid of the dislike counter. It's like, it is what it is. People would dislike some of my videos, and I listen, if they dislike it, then it should be shown. It should be clear, because I used to go to videos and I'd see thousands of dislikes and a couple hundred likes, and it didn't mean I wouldn't watch the video, but it kind of gave me an idea of where the video sat amongst the majority. And I'm like, okay, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what this was about. And now you have absolutely no idea. It's like you see hundreds of likes and you're like, oh, everyone liked this video. It's like, well, there might be thousands of dislikes. Only that creator knows now.
I don't agree with anything he's done. His decisions affect me in many ways. If it was up to me, I'd rather have mean tweets and cheap gas any day. I don't like Biden. What good's he done for us? I think Afghanistan pretty much sums it up.
Woo, I like that. Okay, I like the beat switch. I thought it was over. I'm like, wait, we got plenty of time left.
I'd rather have mean tweets and cheap gas any day. I don't like Biden. What good's he done for us? I think Afghanistan pretty much sums it up. What a dumb adult. My stomach does somersaults when I think about those 13 soldiers that were killed to fucking gall. Then he goes to the service and keeps checking his watch like he has somewhere better to be. I swear the disrespect doesn't stop. Pick your fucking head up. Look at the women and men you killed. I don't understand how anyone could even defend you still. And if they do, they either don't know what they're talking about or they're lying to themselves, because they know damn well you're a problem now. Pulling out was a good choice. Not the way you did it though. Kamala's probably sitting there like, oh my god, we did it, Joe. Speaking of her, where's she been through all these deadly days? As soon as shit erupts and hits the fan, Kamala's MIA. Not like she does anything anyway. So fucking useless. Law and order, crisis at the border, she don't fucking do shit. Just a talking head paired up with the Walking Dead, breaking absolutely every word that was promised or said.
He said just a talking head paired up with the Walking Dead. Yo, this man got bars when he's talking about this shit is madness. I never knew this when this dropped. I clearly missed this because I definitely would have checked this out initially.
Damn well you're a problem now. Pulling out was a good choice. Not the way you did it though. Kamala's probably sitting there like, oh my god, we did it, Joe. Speaking of her, where's she been through all these deadly days? As soon as shit erupts and hits the fan, Kamala's MIA. Not like she does anything anyway. So fucking useless. Law and order, crisis at the border, she don't fucking do shit. Just a talking head paired up with the Walking Dead, breaking absolutely every word that was promised or said. Every time I see their faces on TV, it's such a bummer. I feel like I'm watching the third installment of Dumb and Dumber. And on top of all that, they put another ban on ammo, trying to disarm Americans, but equip the Taliban like Rambo. You give them hundreds of thousands of military guns, but Americans just trying to protect their families are the scary ones. You put more trust in a terrorist organization than you do in your own people. You don't care about this nation. Fuck you, that's from me. Fuck you, that's from them. Fuck you from everyone that's still stuck in Afghanistan. Fuck you from the men and women who died for this country. And fuck you for every time you lie to cover up something. You blame this on Trump. How the fuck is this even his fault? You're in charge now, not him. That's just your default. Whenever something goes wrong, you flip and say he did it. But whenever something goes right, you're quick to take the credit. You undid almost all of Trump's agreements by your second day. So why is this one of the only fucking things you left in place? No crosses to bear, no responsibilities, just chocolate chip to ease your mental instability. I would say the blood's on your hands, but that's a lie, cause you don't even know where the fuck you are half the time.
Well then, I said this man feels the type of way. I'm just getting a hint, little feeling I'm getting. I can't say for sure though. I still love that talking head paired up with The Walking Dead. That might be one of my favorite, but he said a lot of shit in this. And I can't say that I disagree with quite a lot of it. I'm curious what people think down in the comments. That shit was madness. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I didn't know it was going to be that much wildness, but this man, listen, he feels a type of way. Craziness. Absolute craziness. There's a lot of stuff that I don't have all the information on and I don't have all the facts on because I've never been a super political person. I do feel like it makes sense as an American to probably keep up on a lot of this stuff. So I'm not saying that it's like, yeah, I don't pay any attention because I don't think that that's the best way to go about it. But for a lot of my life, I didn't. So there's a lot of catching up I've got to do still and understanding of certain things and what happened here and there and stuff. And I try to find time to have a, I try to find time to gain a little bit more knowledge behind all of this because I feel like I can see where things are kind of messed up to an extent, but I can't necessarily speak on it myself. Like I'm not going to make videos talking about it because I don't have all of the information. But when you hear shit like this and certain things that get said, and I feel like shout out to Samson, because the way that he words his things, again, it's like having a conversation with him. Like he's really good at detailing what he's trying to say within his lyrics. Like he's actually describing things to you, actually, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to help you understand where he's coming from with certain things. And it works. It definitely works. I'm curious what everybody thinks though. There's something I'm going to be honest with you. The last like minute or two of me talking was just some waffling. I picked up this word from the UK. I'm pretty sure that's where they say shit like that. I've just been waffling because there was something I wanted to talk about, something I wanted to say, and I couldn't think of it. So I'm like, all right, listen, I don't want to have to make a million edits. Let me just talk a little bit. Let me, say a few things and it'll come back to me and I'll be able to say it. And I have absolutely no idea what it was. There was something, but it's always more videos to talk about shit. I'm sure this man will drop some more stuff because he tends to drop things and I don't think that, talking about shit like this, and I don't think that this is going to be the last of it. So I appreciate you guys for stopping in. Curious how those comments are going to go because this man be saying some things. Anyways, let me just get out of here. Like I said, I'm talking just absolute nonsense at this point. I'm waffling. I will catch you later, homies.